How's everybody doing over here? Getting a shot of appliance repair with Oscar here. A&M Appliances special
Okay.
technician. Here
Okay,
we go.
guys, quick tip for all my people with the front loaders. A lot of people don't like to deal with front loaders. They just don't like it. Because why? Because the main is they claim that the machine doesn't last very long. They claim too many things. But in my opinion, I've been doing this for years. You cannot go wrong with the front loader, especially because they give you so many options of how to run your machine. First of all, first thing you gotta always do on your machine, always use the right soap.
This is number
don't,
one.
Don't. I usually take this off on LGs, but on any machines, if it's a Whirlpool, LGs, any brand, you want to use nothing but high efficient soap, detergent. Do not use powder. Oh, and another big time that kills the machines is also the softener. Softener it's really good, but you got to learn how to use it. Use just a little bit. With time, your machine will have plenty. It'll smell good, so you just need a little bit of it, because that stuff it creates like a gummy type thing, and it
Liquid,
goes
yeah.
all over the hoses, and and make your machine taking longer time to fill because it doesn't have that stuff is getting all over the main hoses,
clogged.
getting clogged up, and it just beats the machines. Okay. Anyways, the pots you can always throw them in here. Always throw them in there, and it does good. Okay. The second tip, second biggest thing on the front loader, you always want to 8 pounds. It's a load. That's all you need. 8 pounds is a load. Just calculate. Okay, 8 pounds.
matter how big it is.
No matter how big it is. To be honest, the bigger the drum is, the faster it's gonna go. Because people think because they have a bigger tub, they can throw more clothes in there, get it down faster. But actually, it's not a very good idea. Why? Because you're putting a lot of stuff in this machine, and it's not made for that. Even though it's got a big drum, that's just a bigger seller point. The ones that last the longest are the 4.0s or the 4.5s. You can go bigger, but any of these machines, you want to be able to adjust your speed on any of them. If one of them, if you keep it on medium,
This is the main thing, right?
This
To make
is the
it
main
last.
thing to make them last. Keep your speed always on medium or high. Do not do extra high. The extra high you can only do on whites. Try to do whites at the end. Most of the people do. Why? That way your bleach sanitizes your machine and actually makes it smell better, and always you're always gonna have a good working machine. And then you can use the extra high just so they can, whites is lighter, so it does pretty good. You don't have to, but if you really wanted to. The other thing they have problems with the front loaders is people. They don't realize this water's going to be trapped in there. If you don't do laundry often, it's going to start creating a mold all around.
Big problem with the mold.
Make sure if your washer has a drain hose right there, make sure you keep that clear. Every once in a while, I use a zip tie. If it's clean, a zip tie, you can stick in there a zip tie and it'll clean it. Keep it nice. Make sure water doesn't stay here. And the other thing you got to be able to do is just grab some bleach, put it on. The best killer for mold is bleach. No matter what they say about vinegar, no matter what, bleach, you put that stuff. I use the toilet bowl cleaner one. That stuff works really good. You put it with a brush, go all around it, and let it sit there. If you, especially like in a weekend or whatever, you're done doing clothes, just let it sit there. Some of them have the feature nowadays. It's a magnet that you close your door and you leave it open. The older ones, they don't have, well, a lot of them, they don't have that. So what you want to do is, if you close it, but make sure, put the bleach in there and you should be fine. And I mean, come on, if you do at least 3 times, maybe once a week you load a laundry, you shouldn't have that problem. Because every time you drain it, you dry it, after you're done, it's always good and recommend to grab a damp towel, and just go clean it all around. And you have a good washer.
Even the glass.
You clean it.
Or leave it open a little bit, right?
And then,
Just
then
make sure it doesn't.
they will not tell you this at the, when you go buy them like a Home Depot. They'll just tell you, they're just salesmen. I work on this. I've seen it from different point of views. But if you want your washer to last for a long time, that's what you got to do. And these things will last for a long time. Trust me, you don't need any more. Let me show you this one. This is the magnet that I told you on some of them. You have it right there. So what you do is you leave the door like that. That magnet, it holds the door, so you don't have that problem for mold or any or funny smells.
That means you don't have to
anything.
You
And
don't
most of
don't
them,
close it all the way. Then,
yeah,
right? Just let the magnet.
just
do it.
leave them. Then when you, it's not when you, the magnet. A lot of people they take them off. I don't know. And this is another big tip, big tip. I'm gonna show you. A lot of front loaders people claims, oh, they have a lot of this water coming out of the seal. Well, what happened is if you never clean your washer, it creates a gap. Look at this right here. It creates that gap. Even a couple of hairs. What happens once you shut this plastic rubber seal right here? It's supposed to just create
complete seal, right?
Yeah, it completes the seal. Okay. So also what this does, it kind of it touches the glass down here, so it creates a seal because you're sucking the air on this thing. You don't really have air, so any little hairs that goes through here that cuts the bond,
The suction or
suction kind of thing, kind of what do you call it? Kind of the way the washer will work, and it messes up, and then you start having all these problems right here and going to the pedestal.
Just because a little bit of this, right?
Yeah, just because a little bit of that. That's what happens. And even this right here, you start getting corrosion here. Your seal is not sealing properly. You're getting more water because you're not going to be able. This thing is creating a gap. Remember, all these tub and everything that you have in the washer, it's run by air, because you got the air pressure switch. It works that way. And if he's sucking air somewhere, like a vacuum is sucking the air out of the washer, it actually is going to put more water in there. It just creates a problem.
Yes.
So the best thing to do is clean it, clean this off, and clean it right here, and you should be fine.
There's nothing in the way.
Make sure there's nothing on the way.
Yep.
And you should have a good front loader. So those are the main keys to keep a nice running front loader washer and dryer. It doesn't matter the brand. Some of them have the filter, some in the front, some of them you have to do a little more work to it, but all of them have a filter. It's always good to have someone come and check them out for you, do a PM. We'll be doing some other live videos about how to take care of your dryer. What's the #1 killer in dryers? We kind of do these videos so people realize. Sometimes we don't realize how much we use a washer and dryer, and also how much money we spend on a washer and dryer when they don't work. Well, if you keep this maintenance on your washer and dryer, or you always going to need it. Always, no matter what. You always going to need an appliance. So take care of it, and you shouldn't have to worry about it. It's just like a car. But,
if they have a draining problem, right, you go to the filter. Usually when it's having trouble draining, first thing you want to check is that, right?
Yep. Like I say, for the most part, if you clean this every twice a year or whatever, and then it has a drain problem, they'll give you a code. All you got to search it out, and if it says drain problem, you you just clean this, and then you got to realize maybe it's just the pump. But it won't happen unless if you keep it clean, and if you keep, pretty much everything like you're supposed to. A good pump should last you at least 7 to 8 years. It just depends how much you use it, but it actually lasts longer than that, Mm-hmm. But if you don't care, it's full of junk all the time. The harder part of a washer and dryer, the most beating it gets, is when you have teenagers. So as an adult, since we bought them, they cost a lot of money. You got to be able to tell your teenagers, hey, boys and girls, we got to learn how to use this machine. Do not abuse it, because most of the time they never check their pockets. They throw in whatever. They just don't care. They don't know. So they do that, and the next thing you know, it goes into your pump. And your pump, start creating a problem with that, overloading it, and then you're creating a gap between the shaft and the spider arm, and and the bearings. And then next thing you know, you got water there, you got your bearings going bad, and then you got to spend a good amount of money on some of those. But if you keep your maintenance up to date every once in a while on your filter, and take it easy on the speed, you should be fine. Most of these ones, they have, if you do a heavy load, just put it on setting, you'll be fine. That was a tip for today.
Thanks, Oscar.
If you have any questions, just
I'll put the info on. I'll put a link on the bottom of this
hope
video.
This helped you, and I hope it helps a lot of people, because if you, like I say, really good machines, front loaders are the way to go.
Nobody's gonna tell you this stuff. Nobody's gonna take the time to do it.
We will make other videos on how the top loader works and what's the advantage of them, and all of that. So
all kinds of.
And if you have any questions on any type of machine, we work on all of them. We've been doing this for years.
The stackables.
On any of them.
We'll do all of them.
Yeah, we have plenty of them. So,
plenty experience, plenty watch, plenty,
And we only, after so many years, we narrow down to what's the best out there. So guarantee, if you ever need an advice on what to buy, just hit us up, or you keep watching the videos.
All right.